Let's talk about stuff that's worth splurging on. Yes, I am all about frugal living, being intentional with money, and skipping on stuff that doesn't serve you. But not everything should be bought cheap. There are some things where spending a little more can completely change your day-to-day life and actually save you money and sanity in the long run. First of all, great shoes. Never be cheap with the things that carry you, and shoes top that list. You wear them every single day, and when they're uncomfortable, poorly made, or fall apart within 6 months, you feel it constantly. I am someone who really suffers with blisters, and if I have uncomfortable shoes, then I really feel it, not just in the moment of wearing them, but then for days and days afterwards. And this then impacts how much I actually exercise, how much I get out the house, and how much I enjoy being on my feet and getting out and about. Good shoes protect your posture, last for years, and encourage you to get outside, which is beneficial for your health and well-being. That makes them a health investment. Don't waste money on 5 cheap pairs when one really good pair can go the distance. There are a few pairs of shoes that I've purchased in recent years that have been absolute game changers. I particularly love my New Balance trainers. I really resisted buying them for a long time because I thought it was just a fashion trend gimmick, but actually they are so comfortable. The best thing about them is that I don't even have to think about my feet when I'm out and about. I just get on with it. And while we're on this theme, I would just add that buying really great socks is also really worth the extra expense. I have bought the cheap, nasty, scratchy socks from Amazon, and they slipped down constantly. They didn't really make my feet feel comfortable, and I could not wait to rip them off my feet at the end of the day. I really am loving these nice soft socks that I got from Adidas. They're so comfortable and they do not ever fall down. There's no contest. The next expensive purchase that is totally worth the money is my smoothie maker. It sounds niche, and I have often said on here that I think kitchen gadgets can be a total waste of money, but hear me out. This smoothie maker has saved us from wasting fruit and also wasting money on snacky nonsense when we're out and about. It's paid for itself already a dozen times over, just from the days where I've had a bit of leftover fruit that's gone a bit squishy. I can chuck it in there, make a smoothie, and that saves us from buying one when we're out and about. Plus we can use it to blend sauces for pasta or curries. Good kitchen tools that you're actually gonna use regularly make healthy choices easier and faster. And that's always a win. Next, our water softener. This might sound really random, but if you're living in a hard water area, you know what I'm talking about. Softened water is better on your skin. It protects your appliances such as your dishwasher and your washing machine. It keeps your clothes feeling nicer, and it can also reduce how much soap and detergent that you use. Yes, it is a chunk of money up front, and you have to keep buying salt to keep it running, but it can reduce your cost and irritation levels over time. Next on my list is my trusty laptop. My Apple laptop was a big investment, and my husband is constantly teasing me because I'm signed up to what he calls the cult of Apple. And to be fair, he has a point. A big part of the cost of stuff when it comes to Apple is simply because you're buying the brand. Another laptop would probably have cost a few £100s less and still have done all of the things that I needed it to do. But I'm signed up to the Apple brand now with my phone, with my tablet, with my laptop. I feel like they kind of deliberately trap you with the way all the devices work together. But my freelance work, my side hustles, trying to organize all of our home admin and budgeting, all of that relies on having a really good laptop. I think it's really important to get one that works well if you're in this situation. Something that's fast, reliable, and built to last will save you hours of getting stressed over lagging, crashing, and replacing chargers and keyboards all of the time. I don't think of it as a gadget, it's a productivity tool. The next expensive thing that's worth the money is visiting the dental hygienist. Skip those hygienist appointments and you'll pay later, literally. Cleanings are expensive, but they're cheaper than fillings, and way cheaper than root canals or implants. The way I see it, this one isn't a luxury, it's maintenance. Here in the UK, we don't pay for our healthcare thanks to the NHS. Well, actually we do pay for it because the money for it gets taken off our salaries, but you know what I mean. We do pay for dentistry, and so I think it's really important to keep on top of your dental care. Brushing and flossing and having regular cleans in order to keep on top of that dental hygiene. Even though they're expensive and it's hardly a fun hour out of your day, taking care of your health is a great investment, not only for your well-being, but financially too. Being healthy means you can work, earn and enjoy your life. Getting regular exercise may cost money. Say you have to buy some running gear or you pay to use the local pool, but it pays to take care of your health in general. A healthy diet, fresh fruit, vegetables and protein. It's not always the cheapest shop, but it can be the cheapest form of healthcare. You don't need to shop organic or go wild with superfoods. To be honest, everything that I've read about organic foods suggests that any benefits from them are massively overblown. Fueling your body well pays off in terms of fewer sick days and improved energy and focus. Food is one of the few things that directly affects your physical and mental well-being every single day. To me, that's worth the investment. And I get that food costs are wildly out of control right now. I recently did a video about how to save money on your food shop. I'll link it in the description below so you can go check that out. Airpods. I bought some cheap wireless earphones from Amazon a few years ago and like they were okay, I guess, but the sound was crackly, they frequently dropped out from connecting with my devices, and some days I couldn't get them to work at all. I could have made do, but in the end I decided to give in and invest in some Airpods. And the difference was so noticeable that I would never go back again. The connection is maintained, the sound quality is great, they're reliable. Plus wireless is definitely the way forward for someone like me. I'm one of those people whose wired earphones were constantly full of a million tiny little knots. Heated era. If you've ever hung laundry all over the house and hope for the best in winter, then you know the struggle. I've spoken on here before about our heated era, and honestly over the last couple of years it has been a game changer, especially with the cover as well, which helps to speed up the drying process. It's cheaper than a tumble dryer, it's kinder on clothes than a tumble dryer, and way more efficient than using radiators. It might not feel very glamorous sitting in the corner of your room, but it makes day-to-day life run so much smoother because I can get laundry dried faster. Now I have also got a dehumidifier for drying laundry. We stopped using this because the cat had her litter tray in the utility room and we couldn't shut the door of the utility room. I have to say, if it's down to a choice between the dehumidifier and the heated era, I would pick the dehumidifier, but you have to have the right conditions in your house for using it. So you have to have a room that's the correct size for the dehumidifier you buy. In our case, we've got quite a small unit. It needs to be in a small room in order to work efficiently. It cannot extract moisture from a larger room. And you need to be able to shut the door of that room for several hours so that your laundry can dry, the dehumidifier can do its work. This is just something that's worth considering if you're in the market for something that's going to speed up drying your laundry. Paying insurance in a lump sum. If you can afford it, paying your car or home insurance in one lump sum up front rather than in monthly installments will generally be cheaper. Monthly installments usually include interest or admin fees. Paying annually can save you a chunk, and it's also one less thing to think about. Holidays. Not the flashy 5-star kind necessarily, but the kind that actually take you out of your routine and remind you what life is all about. The time that you spend with people you love, in a new place, off your phone and out of work mode. That's not just a break, it's a reset. Last year I took 2 breaks. I took a long weekend with my friends and also a week away in the UK with my family. 2 very different trips, but so amazing for reconnecting with the important people in my life and just taking a step away and having a great mental reset. I think that money spent on memories rarely feels wasted. And even modest breaks close to home can do the trick. A decent bag. You know those teeny tiny handbags that are kind of cute and pretty that you often see people doing an outfit of the day on social media showing off? I just can't understand what people are carrying in those. I have a huge purse. My phone is an iPhone Pro Max, so it's bigger. I have a set of keys, I have lip balm, antiseptic cream, I have sting and bite remedy, tissues, snacks, a water bottle. A tiny handbag isn't going to cut it, and neither is one that's uncomfortable to carry. I've tried a few different mum bags over the years and this one has been amazing. It's big enough to carry all of the stuff that I listed and comfortable to carry too. Plus it's lightweight itself, so it doesn't add to the weight of the stuff that I'm already carrying. This one is from motherhood, perfect size, perfect weight, absolutely love it. And the final thing on my list is my kids. Okay, hear me out. I know that my kids aren't things, but I wanted to end on this because I feel like it drives home the real point here. I often see people in frugal money saving forums joking that the best money saving tips is not to have children. And look, I really get the math. The average cost of raising a child to over 18 in the UK is over 160 grand. Ouch. Just those early years when we were paying nursery fees for 2 kids, we were spending well over £1,500 a month just on childcare costs. But if I judged everything by the number on the receipt, I'd be missing the point. Yes, kids are expensive. Yes, I've lost sleep, time, money, my mind, but I've also gained everything. Love, purpose, joy, the kind of learning and growth that no lifestyle upgrade could ever give me. I don't think you can measure that kind of value in pounds. Frugal living isn't about never spending. It's about knowing the difference between spending mindlessly and spending with intent, and all of the benefits that you get from that. No debt, less stress, more certainty that you can afford the things that really matter to you, and those more expensive things that make your life a little bit easier. When something makes your daily life healthier, easier, joyful, and you use it often, that's not a splurge, that's a wise investment. Please, I would love to hear what you think about this. Let me know in the comments, what's one expensive purchase that you've made that was totally worth the money? Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it really helps the channel out, and also hit subscribe. I would love to have you join us here every single week. Bye now.